present. You gotta be the present. You got to be the present. You gotta make yourself be present. You gotta be the gift that gives some spirits a lift. You got to be the present. You got to be the be the gift that keeps on giving. You gotta give some people a reason to get up and get outside so they can be more alive. You got to be the present. You got to be the present. Got to be the gift that gives some people a lift. You got to be the present. You got to be the
Welcome back, everybody. All right, let me, hold on. Let's turn off the amp. I was using a real amp back there. All right. How's that earworm for you? Are you guys? Good luck getting good luck getting that out of your head. All right, let's say hello. Nice to see you guys here. Bill is here nice and early. And Charlie, Roseanne is here. Welcome. Urban Dervish is on time. Neil, Sienna, hey, it's been a minute, I think. Welcome back. Rebecca's here. Thanks, you guys. Thanks. Fantastic groove, says Roseanne. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, so today's show, I guess it's a show, yeah. It's kind of just came out of this walk I did. I posted on my Patreon about this walk I took back from the auto guy. I was having some work done on one of my cars, and it's 2.8 miles away. I don't know. Don't ask me how many kilometers that is, but it took an hour and 10 minutes to walk home. I didn't plan on walking home, but I explained it in the story. You can go see it on my Patreon, actually. You just have to be a patron. It's not behind a paywall or anything. But I was talking about how in this, I just happened to keep walking because I just kind of started having a good time walking. And I walked through a neighborhood and I was seeing some cool stuff. I'm not going to give you all the details because I already talked about it. But, it's just the idea of just being present. That's it. And also, it's the holidays and it is a time of presents and gift giving and buying stuff. And this is a preemptive music mindfulness, right? Because we're not really to that section yet, but that's okay. We'll do it now. But I really do, believe that when we stop, trying to do things like get home in a hurry, and we just exist in our beingness. We just embrace our beingness, which means we're not really trying to do something specific, but we're just kind of observing and taking in and feeling and sensing things. That's where we're closest to. I mean, in my opinion, we're just closest to the essence of living. Because it's very basic, like what we have to do to feel good. And it's just simple, it's so simple, yet we humans we start thinking about stuff and we create all these fancy stuff I don't even know what a lot of the fancy stuff is for, but it's very simple. Just be and notice stuff. I noticed so many cool things on my walk back home, and I got some exercise and I got out today. It was nice. So that was it. That's just today's theme. But, of course, in music making, we have the benefit of not only being able to focus on the present, what's happening now, like we're all here now, right now, real time, unless you're watching it later. But I would invite all of you to just tune in to, your feeling, your body, temperature, air temperature, what are you feeling, what are you hearing, what's happening in the environment, and without judging it, just kind of sit in it and be in it and enjoy it, because that's what life is. It's just being part of the sentient earth. I mean, we're all made out of earth, you guys, right? I hope you agree. There's nothing here but earth. Some of it happens to be alive. Yay! And some of it happens to be sentient, like humans, like able to do what we're doing here, which is even more amazing. So just enjoy that. Never forget that we're super lucky to have this experience. What am I using today? So let's get right to the coolest thing, right? Which is this cigar box guitar. And I'll turn the amp back on, even though it's like a normal amp. It makes amp noise, which you can hear. I mean, maybe, I don't think it's the amp. I think it's actually this thing, because it's kind of basic. But it's kind of in tune. Isn't that nice, though? This has been sitting by my fireplace for like probably more than 10 years. I think I got this in the mid-2000s or something. So I got it at a music therapy conference. This guy who made these showed up with some of these cigar box. It's whatever it is. A 3-string. It's kind of like a guitar, but the strings are, it's not a dulcimer, and it's 3-string. It's kind of like a strum stick, right? Like a McNally strum stick, but it's also fretless. And I looked all around for my slide. I have a glass slide, and that's really fun when you get the slide out and you can do all the slidey stuff. But I actually have to admit I haven't really played this much. It's fun though. And I'm excited that the pickup actually works. But isn't it beautiful? Let me see if I can show you in the side camera a little bit better. I don't know. Can you see that? It's a Nicaraguan cigar box called Brick House. I'm not going to try to sing it. It's got a pickup. It's got these little holes and a couple knobs for tone and volume. And yeah, plug it in right there. It's pretty awesome. Beautiful. I just like the look of it. And it matches the Christmas season, right? Doesn't it look like if Santa had one of these, he would have this one? But one of the things I was doing the other day is just strumming it, and that's where I came up with this. I was singing this just yesterday. You gotta be the present. You got to be the gift. Boom, 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 boom. Right? It's just so much fun to have an instrument like this, and you can just kind of use it for humming. I guess in this way it's a drone, right? And we can call this a bordoon because it's a 1-5-1, 1-1-5-1. This happens to be G D G, and yeah. So that's the cigar box guitar. I guess it's a sitar. Is that a sitar? Cigar guitar. Cigar guitar. I guess you could just call it a cigar. I don't know. Oh, it's already a thing. All right, and then we have the ukulele, and I just played a G7 chord, and then a little C7, just to sneak it in there. And that was fun, right? Where is that? Pretty fun. And then we had some congas here, bongos, congas, and what else? I had this jingle stick, which is great for just, adding. If you want to add a little, simple, easy. And did I put the claves in? I don't think I did. I was doing that earlier, hitting the clave. Just like a random clave sound is nice sometimes. And then I have this flute, which is the now I'm spacing out on his name. Who made this? You guys know. It's like the clay flute. Why am I not remembering his name? Why? Tell me. It'll come to me. He doesn't put his name on this stuff. Anyway, this is in kind of a G tuning, and it's a double flute. It's driving me crazy. I can't remember his name at the moment. And that's how my brain is. It's like a lazy Susan. I only can see the stuff that comes around to the front, and then there's all this stuff in the back. I can't see it, but it'll come around. And this is cool. It's just a simple flute. It's got a hole in the back. It's double, right? But it's a little out of tune, and it's supposed to be like that. So if you were like, it sounds a little out of tune to me, it is. And it's to make the sound big, wide. And you can play one, of course. Pretty fun. All right. So that, and then I had this, another one of my favorite flutes. This is a G Nigerian Ebony by Brent Haynes at Wood Sounds Flutes. Gorgeous flute. Love this flute. Sounds amazing. You guys know what that sounds like. So there we go. That's the band for today, except, cajon down here, which I'm sitting on. So that's the cajon. I'm using a Kopf out of Georgia, I believe. I think they're still in Georgia. That's my go-to cajon for my studio here. It just sounds great. All right, I think we're all caught up on the instrument. So why don't we move along and do a thing? Let's do the thing that we do. All right, here we go.
Guess the sound.
All right, I'm gonna turn that amp off because it's just sitting there making an amp sound. The amp is ready sound. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. I'm gonna put some reverb on. All right, this should be pretty easy because, we just talked about this, you guys. So what is it? I think I had to get out of the habit of using things that I talk about. But that's good because I kind of want it to be give you guys a chance, not be too random. So what is the sound today? Roseanne is in early. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with that, you guys. So yeah, baby rattle. The little rattle, this guy from before. Let me forward this. Yeah, so this is the little rattle, right? Nice. And it usually, I want to use that with some reverb, but it's a nice little effect. So Roseanne gets the points today. And let's see. Bill Bradley, how about if you tell us how many points Roseanne should get? I'm not going to let her give herself the points. She usually comes up with the points, but... Oh, you're going to split it. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. 52. That's a lot. That's a lot. I think the point thing has gotten way out of hand. We have to come back down into a reasonable number. But, okay. Maybe we'll just go with 52 today, as long as Bill is okay with that, since he is your co-winner. But yeah, that's cool. So that's the baby rattle. You guys, you can get a lot of interesting sounds in toy stores. And I've done that. You go to a toy store, or it can be those stores that have puzzles sometimes. It could be a puzzle store. There's a lot of those now, it seems like. And you wouldn't believe sometimes there's a whole little shelf of noisemakers and things. So some of the cool sounds are not in a music store necessarily, right? They can be in a toy store, puzzle stores, those sciencey stores, I don't know, maybe the ones remember when there was everything was dinosaurs and rainforest stores? Was that a thing? I remember something about rainforests, but whatever's in vogue now. Look for sounds everywhere. All right, and we're saying I'll reset the points on January 1st. Okay. We should track those, right? No, that's too much work. Track the points, and then we can have a prize at the end of the year. Points winner. All right. Well, you guys do whatever you want. I'll go along with whatever. It's just as long as it's equitable, right? Then I don't mind. So how's everybody doing? Everybody good? Any news you guys want to share? Put it in the chat if you guys have any announcements. Hey, Mick, welcome. Let me say hello to anybody who has hence come in. I think everybody's here. Yeah, okay. I think Mick came in. All right. Hey, Mick, when this is done, go back and watch the beginning if you want, unless you fast forward it. I don't know. I don't know how the live streaming works. I think if you can start watching it, and then if you start from the beginning but you're late, you just have a delay, right? Is that how it works? And you could fast forward. And you can watch the whole thing later. You guys can. I hope you guys all know that all of these live streams are still available on YouTube. And if anybody has an idea on how to get the live streams to get rewatched more, let me know, because they just get a few hundred views, which is okay. But when I post a video, it'll get into the thousands, and sometimes into the tens of thousands, and sometimes into the hundreds of thousands, and even the millions. Okay, I have one video in the million. I think I have two in the millions, but if you guys have any tips, let me know. All right, what else is happening? And yeah, the beginning was kind of fun. And we talked about being present and being the present. So, yeah, you guys. I think we can start turning the corner towards at least thinking a little bit about maybe Gimme 5. And then if you guys have any requests or you have any questions or anything, let me know. Sometimes we get a little tight on time towards the end, so let's there's no problem with kind of staying ahead of the curve a little bit. By the way, I just let me give you some news. So in case you didn't see it, I just made public a video that was unlisted and it was for patrons only, and it's almost a week old, not quite a week old. And this was, I had a backstage tour. My wife and I went to go see Wicked, the show, the touring show down here at the Pantages Theater. And the percussionist, Bruce, has done some videos. He did some videos on Bowron for the channel. I don't know if you guys have seen those. Hopefully you've seen at least one or two. Bruce Carver. He did some Bowron videos that are amazing. He's a really great musician, percussionist, professional studio guy, does shows. And this is his third time doing percussion for Wicked here in LA, because they come around, And so we know each other, not well, but we know each other. And he was like, yeah, if you guys want to stick around after, I'll give you a quick tour. So we had a backstage tour, which is, it's a backstage. It looks like a backstage full of stuff. Costumes, set pieces, all that. But then he took us down to the percussion. He's like a floor down by himself. Well, and then the drummer's over in this booth over across the way. But they're basically completely separated from the rest of the orchestra. And he has these little monitors and headphones, and he can see the conductor in this little screen and has, headphones on. But his setup is crazy, you guys. You got to go watch that video. I just made it live. You'll see it has the Wicked kind of logo, and go check that out. I hope you like it. It was just really fun to see. Okay. Oh, great, Roseanne. Thanks. You posted a link of Bruce Ping Bowron. Yeah, he does some amazing stuff. He's just he's a real artist, percussionist, full on percussion. And yeah, so that was a fun tour. So that video's up now. It's called Wicked Percussion, I think. And then, yeah, Urban Dervish said, just saw it. Oh, you just saw it. Nice. Yeah, pretty crazy. Lots of fun stuff. And it just gives you a look at like what we do. I mean, I haven't done anything that crazy, but I have done a few pit gigs, a few shows, and we're always just cramming stuff all around us. And, you have to reach for one thing while you're hitting something else. And he does that a lot in the show because it's just one percussionist. But really, what they do, you guys, is they'll have orchestrations, and they'll write bell parts and chimes and gongs and cymbals and clappers and tambourines and woodblocks and stuff. And then they just make one guy play it all. They're just like, here's all the percussion stuff. You figure it out. And really, that's kind of what happens a lot of the time. A lot of the composers, some composers do know how to write for percussion. And when I say that, I mean, it's not just writing percussion parts. You have to understand what's possible. You can write for a timpani note and a cymbal or a little bell, like a zing, and then whatever, and put things, but you have to understand that a human has to do it, and it does require a certain amount of choreography and learning, because we're not just holding, our instrument like piccolo or an oboe or flute or violin. It's not just right there in our hands. We're always like reaching for stuff, picking stuff up, putting things down. And this area that Bruce is in it's 5 or 6 feet wide, by 5 or 6 feet deep, and he's surrounded on 4 sides with stuff. So it really is it's not just that he's playing a lot of stuff, it's that he's playing it in the show musically in time and doing this whole, choreographed thing. And now, granted, he's not playing all the time, but when he is playing, he can get quite busy. So it's impressive. And then I am just about to post a new rhythm video. I haven't done a lot of new rhythm ensembles lately, so guess what? I just did a rhythm ensemble. And I will be posting more regularly on just educational stuff like rhythms and, putting little ensembles together. So you guys can learn more conga parts, bongo rhythms, different things that you can use either in the ensemble as they are presented or extracting things for use in other things, other areas. If you want to add, a conga pattern to whatever music you're making or whatever music you're playing, whatever it is. So that's coming right up, all right? So it's not quite ready. I still have to do a thumbnail, but I think I uploaded it already. All right, so those are coming up. And if you guys have any questions about any of that, shoot me a question through Patreon. And I do appreciate you guys being patrons. Many of you here are patrons. And I have free patrons, but that's not really... I gotta say, it's not really. I appreciate the interest, but it's not really. That's not really being a patron. So the more you guys help support, the more we can do, and yeah, so it's all good. But I do appreciate everybody that's been chipping in for a while, like Roseanne. I know for sure. I'm not sure who else is here that's a patron. I think Bill. I know Bill is. The other Bill Clugston. He's not here today, I don't think. All right, so yeah, let's do Gimme 5 suggestions, and the Gimme 5 is just, pick 5 things, and I'll loop them up somehow. So quick refresher, remember we've got the little A, it's not an A flute, it's a G flute, it looks like an A, the clay flute, and clave, we've got the jingle stick, we've got the baby rattle, more of an effect. I mean, I'll put that in for free. That doesn't have to be. You don't have to use one of your instruments on that. But if you want it, just say add it. It's like a little add-on. Not like an airline add-on. I'm not going to charge you. We have congas, bongos. And then if you want, if you want it to be more tonal, we have ukulele and the flutes and the cigar box guitar, which is not always here. It may not be here. It may not be here for a while. So if you want to hear more from the cigar box guitar, the cigar, let me know. I also have some of the usual suspects. We've got scrapers. I have agogo, bell. If you're more into like a metal. If you're more into metal, we have agogo. We got a cowbell over here, shakers. That's the egg cluster. I love that. Maracas. Let's just go through some. Maracas, kashishi. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. All right. I got a frog right here. And you guys know, if you've been watching the Tuesday Musedays for a while, I have some other stuff back there. So let me know. Put your sets. So Roseanne is asking, who hasn't tried Gimme 5 yet? So a few people. All right. Nice. I like to see the sets coming in. I'm going to erase what I had, but while you guys are doing that, I'm going to play this just a second. Present. You got to be the present. All right. Okay, erasing. So that's all going away. If you guys want the same feel or a different feel, like a straight feel, 6/8, 3/4, then put it in your request. Because and I'm open to information. The more stuff you put in, the more I don't have to think about. All right. So I mean, I don't mind thinking about it, but I'm just saying, like, just makes it in some way makes it easier for me, I guess. All right. Let me go to. I'm gonna just go through the titles here for a second, so we're caught up. There we go. Not necessary, but why not? And all right. I don't know what all that means, but welcome. Is it Anton? I don't know what that is. All right, Urban Dervish today. Cigar box, shaker, cajon, bongo, clay pipes. All right, nice. Okay, so I have to look at it a couple times. So cigar box, shaker, cajon. Let's move this up. And you guys, so I'm doing something right now that we do, right? And as a percussionist, I'm putting things out that I need, and I'm removing things I don't need. Because I don't want to be fumbling around for stuff. I don't want to have to think too much. So I just make it simple, just like put the things out I'm going to use. And I even, I can arrange things so when I just grab it, I've got it the way I need it in my hand. All right, and so that's just a tip. All right. Okay, I think I will change, unless Urban Dervish, unless you have any requests. Do you have any requests for meter or anything, like feel, tempo, meter? Any of that? Or just give me a thumbs up if you don't. If we're good to go, but I want to ask. I just want to ask so that. All right, and then so I already cleared the looper, and let's turn the noisy amp back on. I kind of don't mind the amp sound, only because it means something's coming, Like if you hear that, you can expect guitar music or something. All right, Ultra Drums is here, welcome. Okay, and you're good to go. All right, awesome. I'm gonna shift gears a second. Let me see. I want to change it up a little. Let's go. All right, I think I got something. Okay. All right, friends. Yeah, I hope you like that. That was kind of fun. That was in a couple different keys. And we have extra time. So we can do a gimme 3? I don't know. What do we have time for? Thanks, Urban Dervish. Hope you like that. I like how it's like a little out of tune. I kind of like, I'm feeling the drone. I'm feeling a little bit of a drone happening. Are you guys getting that? Like, I think I want to do like a thing. Let's do a little drone thing. Yeah. Let's see. See what we can do.
have to be the present and the gift. You have to be the present. 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 You have to be the present.
Thanks for joining, you guys. We'll see you next time, all right? Go out and make some music. See you soon. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Roseanne. Thanks, everybody, for chipping in and participating today. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
You have to be the present. You have to be the present.
World Drum Club.